Hi guys, I'm Molly with Balayroo, back again this week to show you some specific techniques that you can do with your Balayroo applicator. This model has been previously balayaged. We actually used the Balayroo on her before. She has very coarse hair, very thick, a lot of it. So we just want to move this balayage up. And we are going to use the Balayroo because she has so much hair. Everybody has those clients with just mass amounts of hair. It takes you forever to get through to get a nice finished product. Our Balayroo applicator is really going to help us with that. It's going to give us really nice saturation. It's going to help us move quickly through the hair. We can get the max amount of time out of our appointment getting a great finished application. So let's get started. Okay guys, so for this application I'm going to be using the new Paul Mitchell Skylights, which is a clay-based bleach. So it's going to be a lot thicker and we won't have to use foils, which is going to help our process go a little bit faster too, especially since her hair is so long. I don't want to take time to wrap all that up in a foil. It's going to be nice that we can just lay it down without having it affect any of the other pieces of hair. I'm using 30 volume because she doesn't need 40. Her hair lifts pretty well, so I don't want to ruin the texture or damage her hair in any way. So I'm just going to use the 30 volume, and I am going to use Olaplex. Normally I would bump up, but I really don't think I'm going to have problems with her getting lift, so I'm just going to stay right at my 30 volume, and I have my Balayroo applicator. So now that we have all this ready to go, I'm going to mix up and we're going to get started. Okay guys, so I'm going to section out her front from her back, so I'm going right behind her ear, and I'm just going to bring this section forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 foils in each side all the way up to the root. What this is going to do is it's really going to give her a lot of lightness right around her face, make it look really bright for summer. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to Balayroo my pieces just regularly. So I want to go through and I'm going to do very visually big sections. I want to go through and I want to just kind of paint these flat pieces so I can really see exactly where it's going to lay. I don't want to separate this out for her because she has so much hair that I'm not really sure how it's going to lay once I'm done splitting it in half. So I'm going to take flat sections all the way up, even maybe bricklay a few, and that way I can visually see exactly where those highlights are going to fall naturally. And then I can get in there with my saturation and really blend it out and make sure that she has a nice even application. Okay, so I'm going in with my first section here, and I'm going to take a pretty big weave because I want her pieces to be pretty bold, pretty bright. I'm going to take my Balayroo here, and I'm going to initially fill it up with my clay lightener here. So it's filled. And then I'm just going to put this on the ends of her hair, on this weave. And then I'm going to move my fingers up into this little tip right here. And I'm going to paint right up in here, kind of sliding my fingers up and down. So this is really going to give you that control. The higher and tighter your fingers are up in these little tips here, you can really get a lot of control. So I'm just going to paint my big V like this, kind of going up and down to really work that product into her hair. If you want to get up on this side, you can split the hair in half and angle your Balayroo quite a bit, coming in from this direction. And what this is going to do is it's going to put quite a bit of lightener on your ends, saturating all the way through because we have these grooves and these teeth in here. But then we're going to blend this out so well at the top with our silicone applicator that it's going to be a really soft, pretty transition down. So instead of having those harsh lines where you're painting and painting and painting, it's going to give you a really nice soft transition when you get the hair painted with your applicator. So I know a lot of you guys are using a brush to do your balayages. And I know that you're kind of like, oh, why do we need a Balayroo? I'm going to show you the difference between going in with a brush and then going in with your Balayroo instead. So basically when you're going in with your brush, you want to hand paint. So you're getting these nice little lines in here. And then you have to go through and you have to paint this. Make sure you're saturated all the way to the ends. You get your hands all messy because you're painting on them. And then you have to go in with your fingers and make sure that it's all really blended. Which is fine. You'll probably get a nice even saturation that way as well. But we can do it with our Balayroo applicator even quicker than that. So we take out our piece here. We're going to weave it. we take our Balayroo applicator that's already loaded and we apply it to our ends, and our ends are already saturated completely, 100% that way. And then we go up and we're blending our applicator with our fingers all the way in the tip. And that piece of hair is done. Completely saturated, completely blended, all with one stroke of the hand, and we're done. And you can see how much less product was used on this piece of hair than this hair, and we still have product left in our applicator. Okay, so this is our finished look. You can see we have a lot of blend up here at the top, and then when we get to the bottom, you can see that there's so much saturation, we got a lot of lift. That's because of our Balayroo applicator. Even though this is a thicker bleach, a thicker clay bleach, we can go in with those teeth and those grooves in our applicator, and it's really gonna saturate those ends to get quite a bit of lift. We can go to the side here, and you can see that we have the same type of thing going on, a lot of blend, a lot of lift. I threw a couple foils right around her face just to frame it in really nicely and get her a nice bright summer look. Okay, so now I'm toning. So basically, I like to tone most of my balayages, especially when they have as dark of hair as Haley does here, because of the fact that that raw, natural blonde on top of such dark hair creates too much of a contrast. So I want to fill in those blonde pieces with some pigment. So I just mixed up half 8A, half 9PN. So that's just going to fill in and give that a little bit of pigment, not really making it any darker by any means, but just giving it some really nice shine and getting rid of that raw blonde that doesn't look great with the dark tones of her natural hair. So stay tuned and we'll show you the finished product. Okay guys, so this is our finished product. You can see that we have a lot of blend coming down into this darker blonde here and then our bright blonde at the bottom. We got that because our Balayroo applicator did all the saturation and blending for us. It really made it easy to go in and get all this blend going in through here and then get the ends so light because of the saturation that we could get with that clay bleach that we used. This really didn't take me that long, so normally when you have to book out a lot of time with your client, you don't have to do that because the Balayroo makes it really quick and easy for you. So if you guys want to grab one of those, you can visit our website, Balayroo.com, or you can go to Behind the Chair if that's something you want to pick up for your salon. Otherwise, I'm Molly with Balayroo. Thanks again for watching, guys.